you guys remember reading this story? It is called Full Force. Let's begin. Carol Danvers was having a blast as her jet soared through the clouds above a classified airfield. An ace fighter pilot for the U.S. Air Force. She was the best of the best, and that was no secret. Carol worked hard protecting her country from every type of threat. She worked hard to save lives and protect her fellow soldiers. And the United States was safe thanks to Carol Danvers. So Carol Danvers is protecting the soldiers, the people in her country, the United States, from evil threats, from other soldiers from other countries. She's fighting for our lives. Let's see what happens next. Eventually, NASA heard about Carol Danvers and her stellar military record. The agency required her to be the head of security protecting the United States from cosmic threats. In her new position, Carol learned not only that aliens were real, but that many of them were bent on destroying Earth. So NASA wants her to be in charge of protecting the planet Earth from real threats like evil aliens or evil power. Let's see. One of those alien races was the Kree Empire. NASA was concerned that their endless galactic wars were making Earth vulnerable to alien attacks. So Carol invited the Kree leaders to NASA headquarters. She knew she needed to form an alliance with the Kree. The safety of the planet was at stake. So she called the leader of the Kree Empire just to not to attack, but to not have them attack the planet. But let's see what happens next. So this is the Kree Empire. You see him, boys and girls? He's the Empire, and those are his soldiers. Let's see what happens next. During the meeting, Carol was pleasantly surprised to find she was becoming fast friends with the Kree dignitaries, especially their central leader, Captain Marvel. However, that would not last long. One of the Kree, the evil young Rog, did not want peace. So he came up with a plan. So let's see what happens next. Under the cover of darkness, young Rog captured Carol along with a powerful alien device he had taken from the Kree ship. It didn't take long for Captain Marvel to find them and launch an epic attack. During the battle, the alien device erupted, creating a massive explosion that engulfed everyone, even Carol Danvers. So everyone is being under attack by the Kree, by an evil superpower. And now that weapon has exploded, and now it has attacked everyone. But Carol would not give up. Let's see what happens next. In the aftermath, Carol escaped unhurt, and young Rog was never seen again. Captain Marvel and his fellow Kree left Earth to continue their galactic wars. Although the peace mission was a failure, Carol knew that working with the Kree had been the right thing to do. Weeks later, Carol began to feel strange. One night she felt dizzy until the world suddenly went black. The next thing Carol knew, she was floating. She felt powerful and could create sparkling energy with her hands. Carol Danvers had transformed into a superhuman, and eventually she would become known as Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel. So she started feeling strange about herself and her body. Like strange power that she has in herself. So she couldn't control it. Now the power has exploded on her. So now she is Captain Marvel. Let's see what happened next. The explosion had awakened Carol's superpowers. She started to test her powers and found she could fly through the air just by thinking it. By tightening her fist, she could send blasts of powerful photon energy. She could even absorb different types of energy and use it to enhance her already powerful superhuman abilities. Captain Marvel had become stronger, faster, and virtually indestructible. Captain Marvel. She has become more stronger, more flexible, and more powerful to defeat the Kree Empire. So let's see how it will work. But look at those amazing superpowers she has, boys and girls. She could fly, she could launch blast from her fist, and she looks awesome. So let's see what happens next. As a superhero, Captain Marvel was able to do things she only dreamed of as a pilot. She took to the skies, exploring the far reaches of space and using her powers for good. Along the way, she met new friends and new enemies, but in the end, something always pulled her back home. Uh-oh. So something that pulled her back home, but she met new friends and new enemies. But let's see what happened. What made her go back home? There was no mistaking it. Captain Marvel's military training had made her Earth's fiercest protector. Whether it was a meteor hurtling through Earth's atmosphere or a galactic council meeting, Captain Marvel always wanted to protect her home. So she's protecting her home from intergalactic meetings, from meteors, from asteroids, from evil superpowers. And she made new friends in space. So let's see what happens next. And look at her stopping the asteroid with her superpowers. That is so cool. After saving the world many times, Captain Marvel was recruited to lead the Alpha Flight space program. Alpha Flight was created as Earth's first line of defense against alien threats. As Lieutenant Commander, she was able to prevent a massive attack from an evil alien army, the Chitauri. Uh-oh, now the Chitauri are trying to attack Earth, but Captain Marvel will not let that happen. And her team too. So let's see what happens next. In addition to working for Alpha Flight, Captain Marvel also teamed up with other superheroes to defend the world. One of those teams was Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers. Their mission took Captain Marvel all over the world and into the cosmos. But when the job was done, Captain Marvel always returned home to Earth, and her Alpha Flight crew, whether flying solo or with her fellow heroes, Captain Marvel was a force to be reckoned with. Reckoned with. And that's the end of our story. So she joined the Avengers. That's really cool, Captain Marvel. And that's the end of the story. Well, boys and girls, I think the most important thing about a story about Carol Danvers is that she was a pilot first, right? So then she went from a pilot to trying to fight off evil Kree empires. So she became a superhero. Captain! You look funny, Carmen. I know, thank you. Marvel. Captain Marvel. So, I'm gonna ask you some questions, boys and girls. Sorry, I'm gonna ask. Let me fix Carmen's shirt. There you go, Carmen. Now you look better. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so we only got 2 questions. Okay. Okay. All right. So, the question is, we know that Carol Danvers was a pilot, right? Yes, she was. Yes. She met. What was the first threat of aliens she met? The Kree Empire. Yes, the Kree Empire. And then something happened. Something exploded and attacked everybody. Even Carol Danvers was flying back because something exploded in the lab. And how did she get her powers? During the explosion. When she went back home, she felt a little power sparkling through her body. And then she went, kaboom! Captain Marvel. She was a superhuman who had superpowers. For reals? Yes. So another question is, was Captain Marvel able to help everyone on planet Earth? Yes. She was working with NASA, because NASA they like Carol Danvers on the way she defends the people, the country, and the home. Yeah, so they want her to lead the crew, the space crew. Yes, to fight up against evil aliens who are threatening our home planet. So who did she fight? Well, she fought was the Alpha. I forgot what's her name. Yeah, I did. She fought on one of the evil aliens' spaceship in space, and so she went kaboom! Ja, ja, ja! And she fought off the Chitauri that were trying to attack planet Earth. She went ja, ow, ja! And her and her crew were doing a very good job protecting planet Earth from evil alien powers or empires, such like the Korean Empire. Yes, they were trying to attack them, but it did not work because Carol Danvers, Miss Captain Marvel, saved the day and destroyed the evil power of the Korean Empire. Yeah, that is true. But what team? One last question. What team did she join? It was the mightiest of all superheroes on Earth. What team did she join? The Avengers! The Avengers! The Earth's mightiest heroes! That is correct. The Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers. Black Widow, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and Captain America, and Iron Man. Let me say it again. I know. So that's the end of the story, right? Yes. We love the story because Captain Marvel has saved planet Earth from evil galactic aliens that are threatening our own planet. Yes, and she saved planet Earth from evil. So what advice we give to the boys and girls, Carmen And Barry? What I say is, it's always good to protect your home, protect your family, and protect your friends, boys and girls. Yes, and also protect yourself from being sick or from evil superpowers. That is correct. Yes, but remember, boys and girls, always be a superhero one day, because maybe you'll save someone's life, or you'll save someone from getting sick, or you'll save someone from a bad guy, or from a criminal, or from a fire that's burning on a building, or in the wild, you could save an animal from being killed. Yeah, maybe one day you'll become a superhero. Boys and girls? Yeah. Just like police officers are superheroes, firefighters are superheroes, doctors are superheroes, acting, everyone is a superhero, boys and girls. Yeah, like our parents, grandparents, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, families, and friends. Anyone can be a superhero. You just don't know when they will show up. Yes, and maybe one day you will be superheroes too, boys and girls. Alright, I gotta go dreaming of being a superhero. Good night, everybody. Me too. Super Barry and Super Carmen to the bed! To the rescue, silly Carmen! Sorry. So one advice, boys and girls, is always be yourself. Never change the dream that you want to be. If you want to be like any superheroes, maybe you could be one of them. But most importantly, what superheroes do is they come from the heart. Boys and girls, remember that. I told you yesterday, right? That they come from the heart. That is what a superhero holds, is the heart. And they're willing to sacrifice their life to save